Hi everybody, welcome to this quick introduction to web design. We're going to get started immediately. Here we have a web page. It's called focus1.html. .html is the suffix for web pages. Okay, so every web page has an HTML section. It starts here. And it finishes, this slash means finish or end, the HTML section finishes on line 17. All of my web page content is going to go inside this area here. Now in the web page, I'm going to have a body section. It starts on line 4 and it finishes at the moment on line 10. It finishes on line 10. Okay, so in the body section of the web page document, this is where we're going to put all of our content. Okay, so I've got some text here which is some content in the web page. So I've saved it. Let's go and see if I can find my web page file. Here it is. I've already created a web design folder on my computer, and I've created another folder called Focus1. Okay, is there anything else in my web design folder? Nope, just Focus1 at the moment. We'll go into Focus1 folder. This is my web page that I'm designing. Here it is. Okay, now you can see that I'm designing the web page in an application called Notepad++. I like this text editor. It's just a text editor. I like it. Some people prefer to use Notepad. That's fine. You can use Notepad if you want. It's a little bit more basic, not so many options. Notepad++ has lots of options, but both will work. That's fine. If you're a Mac user, you're going to have to go and find a text editor for your Mac. I know that there's one called Brackets and there's one called Sublime Text. See if you can find a good text editor. Notepad++ for Windows is free. You can download it onto your computer for free. Okay, so let's just review what we're doing. We've got this HTML document which starts on line 1 and finishes on line 17. Inside the HTML document, we have a body section which starts on line 4, finishes on line 10. And inside the body, we have some content. This is a text element. Okay, now let's see what this looks like. Okay, so this is focus1.html, and this is the content. If I right click and go to inspect, there it is. This is my web page. Okay, wow, it's introduced a head section. We'll look at that later. At the moment, I don't actually have a head section. But these are all of the elements in my web page. Okay, so it's a little bit boring at the moment. What we need to figure out is how to make our elements look a little bit more interesting. Okay, and the way to do that in HTML is to use tags. And I'll give you an example of a tag. There's one called the h1 tag. Now I know that it's a tag because it has these interesting brackets. That's a tag. You can see that's a tag. That's a tag. That's a tag. HTML is all about tags. The same with the body and the HTML. When we open a tag, we need to know when to close the tag. Okay, so tags come in pairs. Open it, and then don't forget to close it. So let's save, and let's refresh. Yay, okay. So that tag has helped me to put the element, the text element, onto the web page, and it's kind of styled it to be a heading. H1 means heading. So if I change that to H2, and close the H2. Let's save it and refresh. So it's still a heading, it's just a little bit smaller. Okay? Now let's put another element onto the web page. This time I'm going to use the P tag. P just means paragraph, and you can use it just to write normal text. And don't forget to close the tag. Open the tag, put in the information, and close the tag. Save and refresh. So this is just normal P text. Okay, so let's go to a website and let's see if we can guess some things now. I'm just going to choose a page here. Oh, H1. That's an H1 element that uses the H1 tag. P. I bet you that's a P tag element. That's a H4 or 5, I think. P tag. P tag. This is maybe H3, H2 or H3. Okay, so we can see that this web page is using, well, we're guessing that the web page is using lots of tags. Here's a video tag being used, and here are some image tags being used for these image elements. And we'll look at how to use these in our web design as we continue to study. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to introduce to you a really useful website which will help you study web design. It's called W3 Schools. Just Google that and you'll find this. W3 Schools. And we're going to study HTML. And there's lots of sections here that we can research as we're doing our work. So I'm going to stop talking. There's a challenge waiting for you. Let's see if we can complete the challenge.